Hello, hello, hello. Mm-mm-mm. Today's gonna be a sad video. A sad video today. Sad video. Sad video. Today we gotta put on the sad music. Sad music. For E3 is no longer. E3 is officially dead, gone, buried. The announcement came a few days ago that E3 has been canceled due to the fact that publishers and developers have decided to not follow through with E3. They're doing their own thing. And I just wanted to take this moment to reminisce and talk about E3, the good times, the bad times, and my personal favorite moment from E3. But before we begin, I just want to have a moment of silence for E3. Okay, now that we got that dumb shit out of the way, can we all be real with each other, gamers? Gamers, can we all be real with each other? Can we all just be fucking real? We all knew E3 was gonna die. We all knew this shit. This was no secret that E3 was gonna fucking die. Alright? It's no secret. It was no hiding it. E3 was dying. It was this really, really tickled event than its former show. This former E3 was fucking amazing. When E3 came on, it was Christmas for gamers. It showed the future and the dream of video game. You know, dreams were made those days. Now, what is E3? E3 is fucking nothing. E3 is fucking garbage. E3 has lost all its momentum ever since Nintendo left. And people would argue, well, no, Mr. Degenerate. It was when Sony left. When Sony left, that was when E3 went down the drain. No. I would argue E3 lost its mojo when fucking Nintendo left. You can't have an E3 without the big threes. You can't have it without Microsoft. You can't have it with Sony, and you sure as hell can't have it without Nintendo. Now, I'll give Nintendo a little bit of props. At least they decided we'll still have a booth, but we're not doing live conference anymore. And the moment that happened, everyone had the same idea. Like, why would we want to spend time getting people to come to this event when we can live stream it online, show the game off the way how we wanted to show off, unlike before where it was live gameplay, where some of them were live gameplay and God forbid a game like crash or something happens where the game is just not working, which was a cool highlight for me, but the developers don't want their games to be shown off in a shitty state the first time. They want it to be shown off perfectly. So why would we show these god-awful games like that when we can control the narrative on the games? You know? And to me, E3 going away was the logical sense. It was the logical conclusion to everything. You know? They may say, well, it might come out next year. Motherfucker, it's done. It's done. It's done. Wrap it the fuck up. It's done. It is fucking over. Now, my video is going to be a little different. I don't want to sit too much on this topic, but I wanted to basically talk about one of my favorite E3 moment. One that truly represents E3 to me. The surprises, the requests, the dreams come true. That's E3 to me. And E3 always had moments like that, whether it be Sean Layton, the old head of Sony, coming in and not only giving us brand spanking AAA experience, but for the most part, always reminding the audience that the PlayStation brand was bigger, was badass. It was cool, and it's still cool now. But we had game diversity. You know, John, he would always take a game that was dormant and bring it back. The simple fact that he was able to get Twisted Metal back. He did Gravity Rush 2, the small little game that was on the PSP. He made a sequel and brought it to the next gen console for the PS4. You know, Crash was something people's been dying for, and he made it happen with a Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, and also eventually we got Crash 4. Sean Layton was the GOAT. You know, the simple fact that he was getting these games, and of course Final Fantasy VII. Oh God, goodness gracious! Like, to get these games that we've been talking about and been asking for, and he made it happen for the PlayStation brand is fucking amazing, man. So I'm gonna miss the times when he came out, but I'm also gonna miss Reggie Fusion Man, my boy Reggie. When Reggie came out on Nintendo stage, it was amazing. This man had energy for energy. My body is ready. Like, my boy, he was the Reginator, bro. He was not playing. He had that heat, and every time he talked, he always convinced me to get a Nintendo product of chance. I think the one he convinced me the most was the Wii U. Even though, you know, the Wii U had its problems and it really fucked up. The Wii, you know, having him there discussing and talking about the Wii, it was amazing around that time. And then the Wii U, those were, like, to me, his greatest moments. You know, I don't have to say much on Reggie. Reggie speaks for himself, man. This man was the GOAT. I could talk about, you know, one of my favorite fucking conference. One of my favorite conference was, or 2016 fucking E3, when fucking Sony went hard as a motherfucker. You know, a lot of people would talk about the year when Sony was like revealing the PS4, and they made that funny video about fucking PlayStation selling their games, and this is how you use used games. Like that funny video, that little fuck you to Microsoft. Nah, 2016 with that fucking orchestra, God of War, Days Gone, fucking, oh my goodness, Spider-Man, oh my goodness, fucking Resident Evil 7, oh my goodness, oh, I need to lay down after talking about that. But those moments were great moments. They were amazing moments that I would never take back. But you want to know the moment that spoke to me the most, and I will always treasure as an E3 watcher? I will always treasure 2018 Microsoft 2018's press conference. And that moment hit me when one of my favorite video game series came back to life. And that was Devil May Cry 5. Now, I don't know how to tell this story without tearing up. So please forgive me if I start crying while I talk about this. That announcement hit me so hard. I literally was tearing the fuck up, crying, sobbing so hard. Because for a long time, and everyone knows, I can be very cynical. And I admit, I can be very cynical. I can be very hard to please. And when I saw the trailer, the first initial thought was, oh, this is Ninja Gaiden 4. And I'm watching it because it looks so realistic, and I'm like, oh, only Ninja Gaiden has like demons like this and looks like realistic graphics. Like, this is Ninja Gaiden. And then Capcom logo comes up, and I'm like, what? What is this? What is this? I'm like, no. What? What is this? And then I saw a glimpse of Nero, and I had this overwhelming sadness because my initial thoughts was that's DMC Dante or Doodle, and I'm like, ugh. And I just at that moment it reminded me why I fucking hate Capcom. And even though I enjoyed Resident Evil 7, I was like, man, this is everything I hate about Capcom. They don't care about their fan base. For a brief moment, I thought all of that running through my head. I was like, this is why Capcom doesn't care about their fan base. They don't love their fan base. And, once again, they don't listen. And I guess they don't care about us. Well, time to move on. I'm probably never going to fuck with Capcom ever again after this. This company's just not for me. And then the fucking van had the DMC logo, but on the fucking side of it, it has 5 written on it. I'm like, what the fuck? And Nero grabbed his sword, and I was crying so hard, losing my mind, but also like genuinely tears flowing out of my eyes. Like genuinely tears come out because I was in disbelief that Devil May Cry 5 was alive. I could not believe. This is one of my favorite video games of all time. One of my favorite video games of all time. And I felt like ever since Capcom went to this dark side, this dark road, they just stopped caring about their fan base. And so when I saw like Resident Evil 7 and people's loving it, I'm like, man, I wish that was us Devil May Cry fans. And sure enough, seeing Dante, and he's on his bike, and he's like, haha, yeah, like we're going back to the party. And seeing Matt Walker and our Lord and Savior, Ichino-san, come up on stage and say Devil May Cry is back. And we heard you. And we understand that DMC wasn't what you wanted. So we gonna go extra hard. We gonna go beyond the Call of Duty. And they did it. They didn't just go beyond the Call of Duty. They went beyond the Call of Duty. And I'm like, damn. I was like, damn. They really did it. I never thought Capcom would acknowledge us. And then now, it makes me happy because now Capcom is like at an all-time high. And as a Capcom fan that's been with them for years and years and years and years, to now have Resident Evil at the top, Devil May Cry at the top, fucking Monster Hunter at the top, and Resident Evil 4 is out and it's a remake and it's so fucking good. And now Street Fighter, the Street Fighter community is gonna finally see what we Resident Evil fans have wanted and finally gotten. Devil May Cry community is wanted and finally gotten. To now see the Street Fighter community is getting that love and attention that I knew Capcom can do, makes me happy. Makes me happy as a fan. Woo, it's so great to have Cap Gods back, man. They're killing it. That was the moment I knew Capcom was back. That's what I knew. That's what I knew. The Capcom is back. My Capcom is back. Woo! That was rough. That was rough to talk about, but I'm glad I got to share that moment with you guys. Oh man, you guys would not understand why that was emotional unless you has been through the dark ages of Capcom. Like we were going through it as Capcom fans, but that was my favorite E3 moment. Let me know in the comment section which was your favorite E3 moment. Um, and as always, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. More videos are coming soon. Until next time, guys, stay safe and have a good one. RIP E3.